We're here!
Hey!
This is my boyfriend, John.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Yeah, I wanted to speak to you a little about how you got involved with Brad and how you spoke to Brad about it, because I was quite surprised how in-depth he kind of researched the whole thing. Not just the relationships between you and your mother in the film, but everything, like psychologically speaking, for teenage girls, he kind of really delved into the psychology behind everything. Did you really discuss that in depth with him?
It's interesting because on set he's not the most talkative.
Right.
It's he had like backstories written for every character, so he sort of sent that, and we didn't really have a discussion about it. It was like, here's her whole life.
Yeah.
Read. And then we didn't talk until the table read, which was like a couple days before we shot. And then at the table read, there were some tweaks that he wanted, performance-wise. I think it was a little too awkward for him at the beginning, and he had to.
Why do you say that? Do you think it's maybe because it was his first time directing a feature film?
What do you mean, like?
He was a bit reticent to kind of tell actors what to do, as it was his first time directing a film, huh?
Yeah. No, I think he probably had heard that maybe just like hands off was better. Yeah.
So I mean, obviously he did his homework and really he went into it. How did you? Because it's a very complicated, bizarre love triangle, no, between these three characters. So it must have taken a lot of work, not just on your own, but with the other two actors to really nail the whole equation, no?
Yeah, a little bit. Like Trey is so like naturally handsome. Not to objectify him, I would never want to do that. But like when you first meet him, it's like, oh wow, this, he's very striking. And then once you get to know him, it's like, oh, he's a little nerdy and he's a bit of a dork, so
right.
He's used to it. So that was like kind of easy because we shot those first opening scenes when we were still kind of getting to know each other, and then when all the monster stuff happened towards the end. So that was actually kind of perfect, where
right.
I had no delusions about about who he was by the end of the shooting schedule. Yeah, does that answer the question?
Yeah, it's quite funny that you said he's kind of nerdy dorky, because in the end, I don't want to give anything away, but he is kind of nerdy dorky because he's kind of into his aqua life, his marine life. So that kind of all played together, no?
Yeah, no. That I think it certainly helped his character. They cast the right actor for it. I think he was a computer programmer for like 10 years before.
Right.
Yeah.
So going from a really great-looking actor, tell me a little bit about what it was like working with the lampreys, because I think I not actually as an actress. It wasn't difficult, but Brendan was telling me it was a nightmare to work with the lampreys, mainly because of legislation, no?
Oh, I mean, I didn't know much about that, but I remember they would like jump out of the tanks, like. We had them on set for a day, and right. I think we brought like 40 of them, and like some of them started like jumping out. I don't know why, but like jumping out and like flopping on the floor, and they had to like rescue some of them. Yeah, they're slippery, slimy. I can't say I enjoyed working with them very much.
Was it all with real live lampreys, or did you do some work with prosthetics as well at the same time?
It was all real. I'm pretty sure, but they were eels. They weren't lampreys, because I think the fear was that they would actually latch on.
Yeah, I mean, because he was said to tell me the other day that the lampreys, the local law was that you had to get rid of them, you had to kill them, I think, and they couldn't use them in the end. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know if you talked about it with him.
No, I didn't even say that. They just, here's an eel.
Obviously, your relationship with Trey, it's not a taboo subject, but it's a tricky subject. It's a precarious subject you've got to be very careful with.
Yeah.
I imagine that was something that played on all of your minds.
I think we kept it, anytime it starts to become a little scary, it's sort of explained away, right? I mean, anytime something is slightly inappropriate, he has a good explanation for it, or a sort of not safe for work thought is sort of shot, in a private moment where the character's alone and not with, the other person. So obviously
a lot of the things that you've been doing so far is very horror specifics. You've done some sci-fi, but things are starting to kind of change. Things are picking up for you now, and you did the series Don't Look Deeper, but now you've got Who Are You People, no, with Ben Epstein, and then you've got, I think is it a small part in the Lord of the Rings series as well. So are you starting to kind of branch out into other genres, and is that your intention?
It's starting to trend away from horror slightly. Yeah.
But is that a conscious decision, or was that just by chance?
Just by chance, but I'm very happy about it. Yeah, I definitely owe my start to the horror genre.